Good morning and welcome to Jim's EV Adventures. I am on the way to Jacksonville, Florida to Travel Centers of America BP Pulse grand opening. Wait a minute, let me back up. Why am I headed to Jacksonville? A couple of weeks ago, BP Pulse reached out to me and 4 other EV channels to invite us to the grand opening at the Travel Centers of America on I-95, exit 329, south of Jacksonville. They are the Network Architect Channel, Carlos Vargas, The Average EV, and Out of Spec Podcast. Now that you're caught up, back to the car. Again, thank you for stopping by today. We're on our way to the Travel Centers of America. BP Pulse, grand opening, brand new station, just south of Jacksonville on I-95. Over the course of the past 2 years since I've owned this Bolt EUV, Jacksonville has almost doubled, in fact they have doubled, the total number of DC fast charge units that they have available to the public. I-95 in and around Jacksonville, Florida is replete with DC fast charge systems. So if you're passing through that area on I-10 or I-95, you should not have a problem getting into a station and filling up your car if you drive an EV. I will tell you this, that there are many new locations in the state of Florida, despite the fact that Florida has not accepted any NEVI funding whatsoever. And that should tell you where we're going with EVs in the United States of America over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. By 2030, DC fast charge stations will be like gas stations. They'll be on every corner in every major metropolitan area in the United States, and they will line the corridors of our interstate systems. So sit back and relax. We're going to talk to BP Pulse. Thanks for stopping by. I had the opportunity to interview Mr. Sujay Sharma, who is the CEO of BP Pulse. He gave a few words at the grand opening, but more importantly, he granted me the opportunity to interview him and ask him a few questions. So we'll jump right into both of those.
So thanks Taylor and Tim for that background. So I'm Sujay Sharma. I'm the CEO of BP Pulse's EV charging business. I want to welcome you all here. This is a pretty big milestone for us, getting our first Travel Centers of America BP Pulse EV charging collaboration going. You'll see a number of these popping up across the United States over the course of this next year and the coming years. We have over 300 Travel Centers of America sites across the US, and eventually I'm sure we'll have EV charging across all of them. So we're very excited about that. I don't know if you guys know much about BP Pulse, but I'll tell you, BP Pulse is the EV charging brand of BP, as Taylor was mentioning, backed by the convenience facilities. As you can see, the Subway, the Popeyes, and various other facilities that we have back here.
And now let's take a look at the interview that I had the opportunity to do with Sujay Sharma. Good morning and welcome to Jim's EV Adventure. We're here at the BP Pulse site at the Travel Centers of America in Jacksonville, just opening. And I'm standing here with Sujay from BP Pulse, and he's going to answer a few questions for us.
Hi Jim, nice to be here.
Good to see you. So my planned list, I wrote them down because I don't have a good memory. What are the long-term plans for BP for expanding and growing EV charging sites across the USA 2030 and beyond?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I know many of our fellow EV charging companies have put numbers out there. We don't do that because there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of scaling to be done.
Right.
And suffice to say, we need to put thousands of charge points in. And that is what I will say is our goal at the moment. We are starting off, or we have been in the process of scaling up since last year. And we have made the announcement that we'll be looking to invest close to $1 billion by 2030 in EV charging. And so that remains our mission for the US and our mission to scale EV charging in the US. The reason I'm hesitant on numbers is because it's, EV charging is not a linear, you've got to go through permitting, getting power, all of those sorts of things creates complexity, and it's so putting a number out there randomly feels a bit random to us. We
Understood.
don't do that. Yeah.
Yep, good. So are there plans to bring renewable energy to these installations, like solar, wind, battery backup, any of that?
Yeah, so we are looking actively at BESS across our network and where it can be relevant. BP Pulse operates, I don't know if you know this or viewers know this, in 10 plus countries across the world, China, Germany, the UK. We have 40,000 charging stalls across the world. So we do have BESS in different locations. We are looking at it in the US as well. We are actually going to be putting it at our first truck charging site in Ontario, California, which should also be coming sometime this year, actually in collaboration with our partners at the Travel Centers of America. And definitely looking at all of those aspects that you asked about.
Perfect. Okay, will there be expandability plans in place for sites like this one? Once you reach 100% capacity, when will you expand the number of chargers available?
Yeah, we continue to look for expandability. It depends, of course, on what the infrastructure in the area can sustain. But generally, yes, we are looking at our designs in a manner that we can make it sustainable, scalable. And increase the number of charge points as and when the opportunity presents itself.
Perfect. And are there any planned EV only locations or will that depend on EV adoptions?
At the moment, I would say that we don't have any EV. Well, actually, I'll correct myself on that. We do have, not on gas station forecourts, but we are building hubs that are EV only. For example, you will see one coming up in LAX very soon, which has 40 charging stalls, and it's EV only. And so we have a number of these coming up around different airport locations in the top 40 cities across the US, and you'll see a number of those come up this year, actually. The first one probably being LAX.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Can you expound on the hardware BP Pulse will use? Will they all be Alpitronic hyperchargers, or will you go with other brands as well?
We tend not to single source. Our experience from operating in the 10 other countries has taught us that we like to have diversity and resilience in our network and in our system. So while we really appreciate collaborating with partners like Alpitronic, and they have a great product, we will also have, and you will also see, other manufacturers on our sites.
Very good. And I know that these are 1,000 volt architecture here, and that's especially important for cars that have 800 volt architecture going forward. Will you expand on that as well?
Expand in the sense?
More chargers that have 800 to 1,000 volt architecture.
Yeah, I mean, generally our ambition is to provide the fastest charging that's out there. So we continue to look at that and provide that, test the technology. We spend a lot of time testing the technology before we roll it out into the field. We do that in different geographies. We do it in Europe. We're going to be doing it here in the US as well. And so, yeah, we definitely go for fast charging when and where possible.
Yeah, for me, that doesn't make a big difference. I'm driving a Bolt, so it doesn't need that.
It does to the consumer experience.
Yes,
you're
it
right
does.
that the vehicles are moving to 800 volts. It's important.
Is there anything else you would like to add for the EV enthusiasts who are out there watching these stations go online?
Look, what I will say is watch out for BP Pulse. It's coming. We don't make a huge fuss and, online, etc., but we are slowly but surely growing our network across the US. You will see a lot more, as I said, at the airports.
Right.
You'll see a lot more at the Travel Centers of America sites. One of the things folks don't realize is Travel Centers of America is also owned by BP, as is the Thorntons brand, of course, the BP brand, the Amoco brand, and the Arco stations in certain areas of the West Coast. So we have all of these locations and collaborations in our mind, and we are scaling up across the U.S. through all of this real estate. So watch out for a local BP Pulse charging station near you. That's what I would say.
You're not just talking, you're walking.
We're walking. We're running.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Thank you. As many of you who watch this channel, I'm not a big fan of the carbon-based fuel industry. But BP is different. Let me read from their webpage. Our purpose is reimagining energy for people and our planet. We want to help the world reach net zero and improve people's lives. We will aim to dramatically reduce carbon in our operations and in our production and grow new low-carbon businesses, products, and services. We want to be an energy company with purpose, one that is trusted by society, valued by shareholders, and motivating for everyone who works at BP. BP is taking us towards a net zero carbon neutral future, and I support them in that effort. As we watch this ribbon cutting ceremony, I want to thank you for stopping by today and giving me your time and your trust. I do hope that you were able to take away something from this video today. And a special thanks to the entire BP Pulse team for inviting us to this ceremony. Please do remember to subscribe, share, comment, like, and ring that bell icon if you want to know when I've uploaded something new. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you out there or somewhere along that route from point A to point B. Take it easy, everybody. I'll see you all real soon.